Now you genuine love, respect. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, but God works in mysterious ways. God is so good. You know, people would try to project spell work on you and not realizing, who they projecting spell work on at the end of the day when someone is truly highly favored by God. You could do spell work on somebody for them to lose their finance or their home or, things they love, their everything, activities that they show up for every single day. Not realizing who you're dealing with at the end of the day. And it's sad and disturbing how people really do this, and how they manipulate a system. And only to realize at the end of the day, you're only playing in your own face when you come across a child of God who's truly highly favored and is chosen by God. Because not everybody is the same. It's sad and disturbing to see how someone will wish homelessness on somebody, on an innocent person. Regardless if they pay their bills on time or not, regardless if they show up for themselves every single day and they don't have malicious intentions, like this type of stuff happens every single day. And it's always a hater in the back that doesn't want to see somebody prosper, that doesn't want to see somebody become their best self vision of themselves. So they will manipulate a situation. They will manipulate people around them to psych them out their thought process, to allow them to believe a person is a certain kind of way when it's not true. All because they don't like somebody. And only to realize, dang, you called judgment on yourself that day. Only to realize how God really works. To get that person out of the situation that you just caused. God works in mysterious ways. So you just wish bad on somebody's finance. You just wish for them to lose their home. You just wish for them to make sure they can't see for themselves, to understand their faith. And only to realize, dang, that return back to something that actually works. And an innocent person didn't even have to do no spell work in a toxic way to prove a point at the end of the day, because they was truly favored by God. They was protected and covered at the end of the day. You're not understanding how. How did that person get out of that day? God works in mysterious ways. It is really sad and disturbing to see how people will really pay people, or people will do some weak spell work on an innocent person and not realizing who you doing it to. When it comes to this dysfunctional energy that you project into the universe, it's a thought process to me. Not everybody's the same. So now you did all of that just for everything to still work out in somebody's favor. Make it make sense. The mathing ain't mathing. When somebody's truly covered and protected by God at the end of the day, God's going to make everything work out in their favor. And I say that respectfully, regardless if it's delays in their life. And I say that respectfully. If you try to delay somebody with spell work, if you try to delay somebody and manipulate a situation and lie on somebody, right? God works in mysterious ways. And God will show you at the end of the day, the person that you just went up against, you shouldn't have did that day, because you called judgment on yourself, dealt your own fair share, your own karma, hide your hands, play victim, third-party conversation ain't adding up at the end of the day. What was your true intentions because of your drama? The lack of self-awareness, the lack of self-respect, the lack of self-worth for yourself because someone understood their worth. They wasn't trying to project their trauma and their pain on you at the end of the day, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. What was your true intentions, neighbor? It really be the thought process for me. Not everybody's the same. You're not understanding how God just closed another door for that child of God. You try to block their finance. God doubled their pockets now. You just try to make them homeless. God just gave them more opportunities at the end of the day for a beautiful home. And not only that, but God made you look like the liar that you was. You have to be really careful and mindful when judging a book by its cover. And I say that respectfully. Just because you judge somebody off of their sexual orientation, their disability, their culture, or their religion, or their age at the end of the day, everybody's not the same. And especially when they're protected and covered by God. They didn't have to kick their neighbor down, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, because their neighbor had a lack of self-awareness. Their neighbor was in secret competition with them. And this type of stuff is being exposed for what it is. Because God is showing this child of God like, hey, this is what it was. And I got your back. That energy hits different. They try to stop your finance. I got you covered. God closed that door and showed that supervisor where they went dead wrong. Try to put somebody in court at the end of the day. And you have a whole check on your desk saying that you never got a check. Only to realize at the end of the day, you was trying to manipulate somebody for them to be homeless. Because you didn't like somebody. Because they had self-respect for themselves. And you don't know what self-respect looks like. Or you don't like how someone carries themselves in an orderly fashion. So you want to antagonize them. Make a community look at this person like they're crazy, delusional. Only to realize you was the issue. You see how God works in mysterious ways? Now you don't have a job. You see how that works? Because at the end of the day, that supervisor had a supervisor. And that person has a supervisor. And that supervisor said, hold on, wait. Excuse me, ma'am, sir. What did you just say? Someone manipulated who? Someone disrespected who? When did this happen? Discrimination, what? When did that happen? Someone did what to you? Someone tried to bring harm towards you? Oh, we don't tolerate that. Only to realize that, wow, you only dealt your own fair share, your own karma. You see how that works? You try to play with somebody's finances when it comes to their bank institution at the end of the day. Only to realize that, wow, the mask fell off. Now we see who you truly are. It really be the thought process for me. How this type of stuff happens each and every day when you least expect it. On an innocent person who's trying to elevate. When you're chosen by God, this type of stuff happens every single day. Because the enemy doesn't want to see you elevate. The enemy doesn't want to see you understand your faith. They can't take what God installed within you. And I say that respectfully. Now they're spiritually bounded to spiritual jail now. Or they're in physical jail now. Because they did it to themselves. You can't walk, you can't run from the situation anymore. Because when God sits you down at the end of the day, you got to understand what Judgment Days looks like up close in person. Bother an innocent person who's minding their business. And they wasn't trying to project trauma and pain on you at the end of the day. But it just goes to show you what a hater looks like up close in person. How God works in mysterious ways. You know, people be rooting for stuff like this. A person is in secret competition with you. They root for stuff like this. They want you to fail. They don't want you to elevate. They don't want you to see your best self version of yourself. Because they're not where they want to be in their life. But you are in your lane, minding your business. Understand that, hey, I can't allow trauma and pain to affect me regardless of what I experienced in my life from a child point of view. Being sexually assaulted, domestic violence, hate crime, discrimination, violence. It went into your adulthood. They don't understand how God was covering you this whole entire time. Being manipulated throughout your whole entire life. Dealing with dysfunctional folks. They not understanding how God chose you. You never had malicious intentions. Out of all the things you experienced in your life, you never had malicious intentions to bring your neighbor down or kick them down at the end of the day. You knew how to respect your neighbor. But your neighbor knew how to disrespect you and try to hide their hands. And God saw what they was doing that day. Behind closed doors, third-party conversations, it wasn't adding up. And they became the issue of their own drama at the end of the day, projecting on an innocent person. Trying to poke the bear only to realize you ain't getting the reaction that you thought you was getting. Only to realize at the end of the day you fell short. Now you on your knees asking for forgiveness. It really be the thought process to me. How this type of stuff happens every single day. Be careful when judging a book by its cover. And I say that respectfully. You know, God works in mysterious ways. And everybody is not chosen by God. And I say that respectfully. Everybody's not chosen by God. You may be a child of God, but everybody's not actually a chosen one. And it's sad and disturbing to see that people put on this mask and fake gaslight people at the end of the day and say that they're chosen. But God sees right through you at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. It's a difference between being a child of God and the chosen one. It's two different things. And it just goes to show you at the end of the day, you wasn't handpicked by God. It's a thought process for me. That's why I don't want to see you elevate. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. But it's a thought process to me. You know, what God installed within you when it comes to your faith, they cannot take that from you, regardless how much money in the world that they have. All money ain't good money. It's a thought process to me. Regardless to what spell work they do in a toxic way to throw you off, throw you off, or whatever the case may be, to manipulate your character. You can't stop what God has in store for a child of God and the chosen one at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully, but it's levels to this. And I say that respectfully. It's one thing being a child of God and being a chosen one. The levels to being a chosen one, the energy is different. And you'll be so surprised who the chosen one really is at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. So be careful when kicking your neighbor down. And be careful when someone's being put into your life to respect you, to show you how to elevate at the end of the day. Because just like that, the same way God placed that person into your life, God could remove that person and God can take everything that was given to you away from you. So be careful when judging a book by its cover. Be careful when manipulating people. Be careful when doing spell work in a toxic way on innocent people at the end of the day. Thinking you're hiding your hands at the end of the day. God saw what you was doing with your malicious intentions. It's the thought process for me, not your genuine love, respect. God works in mysterious ways. Be careful when judging a book by its cover, neighbor. I hope you find peace in your own lane. And I say that respectfully. Stop the violence. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you deserve to be treated with respect. 365 days with no malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself or others around you. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. Never allow a hate in disguise or person with intentions like your thought process, your feeling, your pockets, or your eyesight, because they ain't got good intentions. You matter, you're worthy. Never get discouraged because someone doesn't see your worth to understand your faith that God installed within you. Because they judge a book by its cover. All money ain't good money, and I say that respectfully. You don't understand how someone walked away that day because they chose themselves to better themselves because they understand that, hey, God has something better in store for them in the most healthiest way. We are all not the same. You try to antagonize someone's character only to realize you was in secret competition with them, only to realize you antagonized them, and you didn't get the reaction that you wanted that day. Because someone had self-control to respect themselves, to understand at the end of the day, everybody's not supposed to be part of their journey. Now your genuine love, respect. I actually preach time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day, have a safe week, have a safe remaining month, have a safe remaining year. Protect your energy, because not everybody's deserving to get time of your day. You matter, you are worthy. It's a thought process for me. They can't take you. They can't take what God installed within you. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. It's a thought process to me. We are all not the same.